we finished all the labels, so the labels are all done. Get a chance to get some pictures and get an item onto the site to show pictures of what it looks like. So let's see. So basically, the Alpha 1, or Black Alpha 1, is a Black Series limited edition, but it's like an advanced version of it, an extremely advanced version of it. It's going to have extremely high white levels, capabilities. It's going to be much darker than the limited edition. It still has the ability to be able to do the exact same thing it does. It's just basically much more darker and more brighter technology. So that's what it's designed to do. I need to put, let me see, we did this one already, right? I'm going to put something cool for the background. Come out of this real quick. I have a ball building these sites. This is the new one we put in right here. Immerse yourself into cutting edge black technology. I gotta then put down true. We gotta start putting true down when it comes down to black technology, because you get so many fake black screens out there that claim to be black and they're not. They're actually dark gray screens. So I've run into a bunch of those a lot. Screens claiming to be black, but they're actually just dark gray screens. Let me see. I definitely want to do this one with the star design, and I want to get that other from here. Let's see, white 3D room. I like this one. I wonder if I can heighten that room up, brighten up much brighter than that. Oh, this is nice. Wait, let me see. It's got a watermark on it. It's got watermarks on it. Watermarks. Oh, this is really, really bright. This is really nice. Take that right there. So I want something that really expresses our ambient light rejection technology that we embed on this new formula. So that background is going to have to be bone white to blend into this. It's literally going to be bone white to give off that effect. So that's what we're definitely going to need. All right, so I'm going to go into, oh, this one's really nice too. This is another nice one we got here. It's really good. It's a really nice one. All right, let's see what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go over to, boom, 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 boom. You see that the pictures are ready. Okay. Go to my pictures and grab one of these. So I want to use. No, that's the only two that came up. All right, so these two we can use. I like this one. Let me see if this one has a watermark on it. I go over here and open up. Yeah, it does. You can see it. There's a watermark on it. Come on, get out of there. There we go. That has a watermark on it. Let's see what this one has. This one has a watermark. No, the fact that that option's not in here tells us one also has a watermark attached to it also too. All right, let me see. Can't use none of these. This is definitely not gonna work. Just got watermarks on them. You can't touch them. All right, let's get us up another one. Let's see. That's a real nice one right there. Hopefully this one doesn't have a watermark on it. What else do they have on here? Oh, that's beautiful right there. Oh, I like this one. This one's really nice. It's even brighter. I like that one right there. Oh, that's cool. Oh, there's a large image that it basically, if not, we can get around and put the white images around it. Let me see where we need to go with this one. I need to go over to my folder. No, that's send to, open with. Open with. Okay, they got the option here. We got here. No watermarks at all, period. Oh, this is perfect. I gotta move my stand over them. So they're trying to get around my screen and I can't see it too well. There we go. So what we're doing is right now we're working on the platform for the alpha, the black alpha, which is our more advanced technology. I do like this one right here. Yeah, this one's actually really nice. And we can get access to it. Okay, cool. Good gracious, the boost. Let's see if I want to blend it a little better if I put this right here. Oh, I forgot I can trace the borders on here. I don't even need this. I can actually trace my borders if I want to. I'm not a particular fan of this right here. What is this right here? Can we actually get rid of that? Can I remove that? What is that? If I can remove it. It don't let me remove it. I don't know why they had it there to begin with. It shows off the whole thing. This is why I prefer using videos, a lot of videos. This is why we shoot so many videos, because when I was doing my research in screen paints, when I first started off to see how people were setting up their websites and what kind of information they were putting in, there was a lot of pictures, a whole lot of pictures. Pictures are fantastic and all, but the problem you have with pictures is you don't know if they're actually linked to the actual videos. That's the problem you run into, and a lot of them can be photoshopped. So you have to be able to go in, and when you click on the video, that's why all our pictures are linked. Every last one of our pictures have links attached to them, which means the minute you click on, you hit that back button, do the Google search, our video pops up. That's why we set them up that way, because you can easily go in and manipulate the background with this. This is why when I do thumbnails, if I do a thumbnail or something, I actually show when a person comes on, they can see the thumbnail of what I just showed. I can't stand when I watch a video and they show a thumbnail and then you go to hit the video and there's nothing in there showing the thumbnail, what you actually saw that drew you to watch it to begin with. What do they call it, like clickbait? Yeah. So now we just removed that whole entire bar at the bottom because I didn't want that there to begin with. I need it to be bone white. We'll save that application right there. This is a great way to add artwork to your site. So some of the artwork we pick up, I don't like it. I don't like the looks. I want to dress it the way I want it to look like. I come here, design the way I want, and then put it onto the website. Because all this is just artwork for the website. So right now we're going to be talking about the enhancement in ambient light rejection technology that we're adding to a black alpha 1, or we're going to aim, whatever code name we have for that thing. We're just going to call it alpha 1, a black alpha. So anyway, the enhancements that we put into it is going to allow the screen to generate a ton of white light. It's going to do what it's exactly designed to do. The difference is it's the same version of a limited edition black. The only difference is it's much darker and it adds an extremely high heightener attached to it, which allows the screen to generate a lot of light. One of the things I learned when we're making the Black Series never had to have a toner to adjust the white level. You can put it in 1% raw and the screen would pick up with no problem. So with that being said, I told you that we're pushing closer and closer to having a screen that can produce an insane white level and being super jet black. That's the whole goal when you develop black technology. Some people get it mixed up and they think it's all about the contrast. The screen's going to pull contrast regardless. Any black surface can pull contrast. Anything in here you find, black, paper, steel, metal, whatever, all that can pull contrast. The only problem is it can't accept and read white light. That's the problem. That's the key part of black technology. And people get it mixed up and go, oh, you know, they show all these black levels. No, you're not supposed to be showing that off. The screen already can do this. You have to show off what the screen can't produce. And that's why we do demonstrations on white screens and different white surfaces and certified white screens with high gain levels. And then we do snow levels and stuff like that to show you that this is our white levels compared to a screen that's already designed to pull white level next to a screen that's super jet black. That's how you're supposed to do it. But usually in demonstrations, we never see this. We see demonstrations of them constantly showing off contrast. Big deal, screen's black, it can pull it off. Guess what? I can take a black piece of metal or fabric or whatever, it can do the exact same thing. Pull up the same black level. The problem is, it can't see white light. That's what they don't get. That's the part they miss. Same thing with gray screens. Guess what they're supposed to show off? Not bright colors, because they can do this already. Not white levels, because they can do this to a certain degree already. They're supposed to show off contrast levels constantly all the time, because that's something that the screen is not designed to do. And as they're showing off these contrast levels, this must be done in fully lit environments, because again, the biggest way to cheat in contrast levels is to do it in the dark, because then you have less light to interfere with the screen. That means the screen's going to fade less. So an impressive screen that's gray can produce an extremely high contrast level next to other darker surfaces, much like gunmetal, stuff like that, or black screens. It can maintain a contrast level somewhat decent, but it can do this in a fully lit environment, which is something that gray screens and white screens are not supposed to have the capability to do. But what we see is we see a lot of gray screens showing off colors. Big deal. I can do the same thing with house paint. It'll do the exact same thing. But house paint can't see contrast, and it can't pick up in a fully lit environment. So if you have a screen paint that's gray, or whatever it is, and you put it in a fully lit environment and it maintains, and still on top of that, not only does it maintain, but it can maintain on multiple projectors. Because some people think, okay, I got it to work on one projector. That's not enough. You have to get that thing to activate on multiple projectors, because not everybody's going to use the same projector you're using in your demonstration. Just like everybody's not going to be using the same lighting you have in your demonstration, you must be able to change out your environments at will. That's what I'm talking about. And that's the thing people don't understand when they're developing products. They think, okay, I'll stick it in a room, we'll have some poorly ambient environment, ambient controlled environment, as they call it, and voila, big deal. House paint will do the exact same thing. The only thing house paint can't do is it can't produce in a fully lit environment. It won't see contrast and it can't see color. You're able to produce that with no problem, you got a winning product on your hands. But showing a bunch of demonstrations with colors and stuff, that's nothing. House paint will do the same thing. That's why when we do demonstrations on our black screens, we show a ton of demonstrations called the black versus black. And the black versus black, if you've never seen these demonstrations before, is where we take multiple surfaces of black fabric, black paint, you name it, we throw it against the screen, and we show high-end white levels to see which surface is going to pull the high enough white level. Not contrast, white levels. Because we know the other surfaces can see black. They just can't see white. And then when we produce the color, you will notice that the color comes up really dark and really dirty because they can't accept white light. Problem you have people who try to develop black technology, what they don't understand is that when it comes to color, your screen must have a balance between black and white at the exact same time. If it's too light, that means the color washes out. If it's too dark, that means the color comes up too dark and dirty. It must produce a high red, a high blue, or yellow, or green, and it must maintain the white level in contrast at the exact same time. That's why when I turn on the screen and I go white levels first, and I look at the screen and go, they're going to wash out because their white levels are too high. I love that. When I get that in form sites and people go, oh, but it's, I want a screen that can produce a very high white level. Well, you just described the white screen. That's what you described. Because what's going to happen is a give and take relationship in technology Something's got to go. Either you're going to sacrifice your white level, or you're going to sacrifice your contrast. There's going to be something in between, but there has to be a certain balance in the white level. So when we show up the white level on the screen versus other screens, and people think, oh, those screens are going to produce the highest color because they're lighter. No, it's the opposite. They're going to wash out even faster because they have no contrast in that technology. That's why. Whew, man. I've done enough demonstrations to back it up. I did so many demonstrations to back it up. That's why you see me say white screen, blue screen, red screen, yellow screen. Any screen that pops up there that doesn't produce that color means you're going to have to calibrate. And you're going to be stuck in a dark environment with a projector you paid way too much money for. That's what's going to happen. When I was at the, I had to do another interview for the apartment. And I was down there yesterday. I was showing off the technology that our company designs. And they're fascinated by the floors and the ceilings, but more, they're fascinated because the lights are on. I told you, this is the protocol. This is the normal among people who buy projection screens or projectors, setups. They think they have to be in a dark environment. They think they have to calibrate. They expect for color to wash out. They expect for color to fade. This is what they expect. When you could show a projection screen, we showed a projection screen that was sitting outside at 150 inches, and all that light, that whole entire room was blown away. They were staring at that screen because they couldn't believe that that screen was sitting there maintaining the color perfectly without washing out or fading. It's an unheard of technology that has that capability to do that, and we have it. This is why when we hit that landing point, our company is going to blow up like crazy. Already, from just being in a couple of minutes for my interview, they're interested in getting their board of directors as fast as possible down there to see the technology firsthand. And they're talking about doing their ceilings. They want to do their floors. They want to do their lobbies. They want to redo their gaming room. They have a couple new complexes they're just putting in brand new. They want to put 250-inch massive screens in the background. They want screens on top of the deck. They want screens on the bottom. Told you. That white, gray and white screens, you can't produce that stuff outside. That stuff will wash out so fast it's not even funny. And that's what they're used to. That is the normal. And thankful for the normal has allowed us to be put on top because, again, that's what they expect. When they're asking me, well, how much are you paying for your projectors? Because that comes up a lot. Oh, those projectors over there we're using a demonstration are under $500. Those are 2012 models. Those are 2010 models, 2011 models. They're old projectors. That's what they are. These people are sitting there with freaking $20,000, $30,000 JVCs, and I'm in there with a freaking 4,000 lumen Chrissy projector at 18 feet back, and I'm producing a 250-inch screen in my backyard at $270 for the projector. That speaks volumes. So that's why I said, I think for people cutting corners, because if you cutting corners, you're going to allow us to become millionaires extremely fast. Because of you cutting corners, because you're being too lazy to not take the time out, and I'm talking about these certifieds too, not taking the time out to do the job correctly and cutting these corners and making it saying, well, you know, okay, it doesn't have the ability to be able to produce in a fully lit environment. Let's call it ambient light controlled environment. Let's just call it that. And if the customer can't seem to get the screen, we just only got to calibrate it. You know, that'll fix it. You know, that'll give them, yeah. And that's going to cost you a lot. You spend all this money and do the research for this projector. Find out you're going to be stuck in a dark environment calibrating your machine. That is a crying shame. But that's what they were blown away about. They're thinking they're 10,000, 20,000 lumen projectors in the backyard. I'm like, no, it's a 4,000 lumen projector sitting 18 feet from a screen. So that means not only do they get a chance to take advantage, and especially with the screens being black, they love that part because they like that black design, that sleek black. But not only do they get this amazing technology, but they don't have to spend any money for high-end projectors. Can you imagine a company that's used to spending $30,000 to $40,000 for a projector can now walk into eBay or any other place and buy a projector? Pretty much it probably cost them like $200-300. That's it. There you go. That's the whole purpose of why we developed this technology. Now, number one, it gives it an even playing field for people who, at the end of the day, can't afford those expensive projectors, do not want to be stuck in dark environments, don't want to calibrate. That's what it's designed for. But on top of that, for companies, it's a big win-win because these guys don't have to turn around and spend a ton of money for a machine that's not going to be able to do what it's designed to do. And perfect example of that is the promo demonstration you see on my YouTube channel when you first come in of the church who gave the testimony because they have a 7,000 lumen projector. That's an extremely expensive piece of equipment. And with all that power, they can't get the screen to pull until our technology hits it. Now just think about it, how much money they would have saved if they knew about us before they bought the projector. They wouldn't have spent, and 7,000, I mean, you're not going to need that. Not to fire one of those screens. And you're not going to need that. We did it at 4,000 lumens at 18 feet. So that's what I tell you. But see, when you see people doing demonstrations using high-end projectors, whether they're certified or wherever they're at the end of the day, they use that machine to make up for what the screen can't see. That's what it's for. So I got another appointment today to go down. This one is to discuss the technology and how they're going to base it. Well, I got to figure it's going to have to be a contract. As I said before, this could end up being something a little different for me, which means I'll be doing business with a lot of companies. Still going to be doing business with customers, as we will always be doing, but majority of our business will be done with companies. Because it's just going to open up a lot of doors for us. Once we're incorporated into this building, they got 7 more units. They got 4 more they're actually building from the ground up. So my technology will be incorporated in that too. There's a ton of storefronts down there. Unbelievable. With that invisible glass technology I was showing them, they were fascinated by that. So they're interested in getting that on the display for displaying apartment complexes. So you can put this up on glass and you can actually display a 3D tour of your apartment right on glass, or your dealership, your cars, or your restaurant, your fast food restaurants, or whatever you have, what you have in your truck. If you got a gym, you can actually put your entire workout or workout what it looks like right there on the glass, or do a live stream right there because the screen comes up extremely crystal clear. Is that cool or what? See, while they're sitting there, well, other people, I don't know what they do, but while the others are sitting there basically worrying about wall system, all that, we're thinking way beyond that kind of technology. Ooh, we definitely need this right here. So we're going to take this right here. I need to, oh, we didn't do anything to this yet. We saved it right here, right? We saved it right there. I had somebody come in one time and I did the floor and the ceiling. Why would you do the floor and the ceiling? So you can't see the future. You can't hide the box. That's the problem. That's the problem. All that stuff becomes extremely important because now sitting there talking to them and they're brainstorming over my stuff, talking about, oh, we can light the floors up, we can light the ceilings up. This is, yes, an attraction showpiece. It's going to draw customers to your establishment because you walk into your restaurant, your fish floating through the floor, or you're in a lobby at a casino and you're watching the floor light up in all these different displays. That's attraction. That draws attraction to your business. Got to be able to think outside the box. Now we have the exotics coming out. The exotics will allow an artist to be able to paint in different colors onto a surface, and each one of those paints is a physical projection screen designed for mapping applications. When I sit there and say things, like I said, we're way beyond you guys. Well, I'm not joking. We're way beyond you guys. And now we're working on this new technology called Alpha Black, which is going to be insane. It's supposed to be engineered for me, but I figured out let's make a collection of them, make them extremely rare, put them on the website. And we have a new one coming out for those of you who like the silver screens, not gray. We're not doing gray. Gray is too cheap. We're not doing gray. We're doing actual silver. We have something called the Silver Patriot that's coming out. And that's going to come in 2 different shades. One is going to be very light for those of you who favor. Some people favor the lighter colors. They're not big a fan of contrast, and some people favor the contrast levels. So that's what the Patriot's going to be all about. Matter of fact, Patriot has his own page. We designed the page for the Patriot. And that gives you 2 shades. One's going to be a light silver, and the other one is going to be a little bit of a darker silver. That's the Patriot. They're going to be available in 24 ounces. You do a screen size of 120 inches. There's the Patriot. That's a stage 1. So it's stage 1 formula. It's not even done yet. So we're going to take this. I like this. I guess we can go from there. We save this. Save this here. Let's see. 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 Let's see that's nice right there. I get two options with this. I could basically put the lettering inside, or I can go into take this and attach this to the background and individually put it in, which means it'd be, I can make it move. If I do it the other way, I can make them move. The letters move. Let's make two of these and figure out exactly what I want to do from there. I'm not sure. All right, so that one's done. All right, now I'm going to go back into the site. So we're working on right now. Did we add this? It should have been added to the site. There it is right there. That's the folder right there. Okay, cool. So that's added to the site. Now we go back in and let's grab something. Now, when I design my sites, I like to design my sites like when we do our rooms. We like to make them come to life. These are going to be the background video players. When we attach the video players in, I want the backgrounds to move behind the video player, so that's what these are for. So we have three, only three, and we're going to be designing. All this interacts. Right now we're in editing mode, so you can basically interact. And the containers for these, they're not cheap. They're $10 a pop. They're glass. I made sure got everything top of the line for this. But they're glass. They're gorgeous. Oh, they're not going in mailers, people. We're putting these in special boxes. There's gonna be a big box coming through. What the freak? I wanted the box so big. Some stuff inside the box. That's why. We're just waiting. This will launch the minute we get our copyrights back. When we get our copyrights back from the government, right now my LLC has already been processed. But right now, with the copyrights, yeah, we just gotta need to come back because we can't make any merch without the copyrights. We need all that. And that's what's going to be inside of your box. Some cool stuff. So in order for me to make coffee mugs, ink pens, keychains, calendars, and all that good stuff, hoodies, t-shirts, baseball jersey. I'm getting a hockey jersey designed for myself with the logo on it. Baseball hats, all that stuff. Get on any of that done, our copyrights have to come back first. And so what you're seeing right now on the label for the Black Series, it's not the real label. That's actually a dummy label we're using for the time being. The real one, you'll get a chance to see it. We can't display it. I like this section right here. Immerse yourself in cutting-edge black technology. So that's something y'all really can't add to your captions at all. You really shouldn't have them in there at all, period. I see a lot of screen paints, not just of this particular individuals, but I see a lot of other screen paints in there claiming to have contrast. You do not have contrast. You don't own it. You don't have it, period. And I see a lot of it in there, and different sites, different companies talking about how they have contrast. No, you don't have contrast. That's the same thing when we were talking with Goose Screen, right? Nice people at the end of the day, like I said, no disrespect, but your technology is not black. You cannot pull a contrast level on our level. It's not going to happen. And I think they had a thing called Ultramax Black. I think that's what they call Ultimate Contrast. Something was the name for it. I gotta look up the YouTube video. We did the test on it. And the conversation we're having, basically, like I said, the theory behind black technology is supposed to be that black screens do not have the ability to pull in fully lit environments due to the fact that they're already having an issue maintaining white light because the surface is so dark. Well, we can do it at 250 outside with no problem. We can do it anywhere. We can bounce it off a ceiling if we want to. And this is a conversation I was explaining to him that, no, we actually have that technology. And right now, the Ultramax was called. Ultramax is supposed to be the darkest screen. I'm like, no, we have the darkest screen. So that's why I got the sample sheet, bought it here, put it into a screen, and that's it. We have the darkest screen. You can't go in and say that you have black levels. You're not picking up black. You're picking up shades of gray. If that's the case, you can lay against our technology and you can blend in. You can't do it, because your screen's not physically black. Gunmetals, you do not pick up black levels. You pick up darker shades of gray. That's what you pick up. Let me see what I'm going to do with this. I want to change this to from here. That's why I love when people show those. When I do an OLED demonstration on a gray screen, it's to show where the contrast levels lay. It's not to display that the screen is actually picking up a black level, because it can't do this. That's why I constantly said in the video, you're seeing shades of gray and not black, because that's the disclaimer that I'm telling you. I'm not going to get on camera and say, hey, this is a gray screen. It can put, no, it cannot do this. it can pick out shades of gray. Depending on how dark the screen is, a darker shade of gray you're going to receive off the screen. The only screens are going to be to give you that is a 100% black level screen. And on top of that, speaking of those who tried to make a black level screen and for some reason those shopping carts are never open, a black screen or any kind of dark technology that should never ever have a 1.1 gain. That is extremely bad. This is a screen that needs to generate a ton of white light because it is darker. That's why. And the fact that if it has a 1.1 gain is very bad. This is a screen that's going to come out really dark and unwatchable. That's why if you look at the more gunmetal screens, they have more extremely high contrast levels because it's a screen that's really, really dark. Again, someone doesn't know what they're talking about. They try, but they don't. Do this white lower here? Yeah, right there. They try. I don't know what they're talking about. Pass it off to any form site and say, yeah, I got a black screen with a 1.1. You'd be like, pfft. How are you generating light off that at the end of the day? Everything has to produce a certain amount of light. You won't be able to see anything. Let's go over here and let's get, I need a, and if they don't believe me, then do a basic white versus, do a white level test and see what happens. Take a couple of white sheets of paper, take a certified white screen, whatever you got to do, and stick that against your screen and show snow levels. I guarantee you, you will see your white levels drop dramatically. You have to be to maintain that. Let me see. No, for those of you saying, Mr. Burr, can you back? Go to my site. Go ahead. I had somebody come in yesterday and made a comment about saying, why do you say your product is the best? I dropped an entire freaking section of the website on top of them. Two giant pages. The first thing at the bottom is like, good Lord. That's the first thing he said. Yeah, we do our tests at the end of the day. We can drop entire site pages on you saying, look, boom, 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 boom. Lucky they didn't drop that grid on them. I had somebody ask for the outside demonstration. We dropped an entire 72 video grid on them. Oh, I love doing that stuff at the end of the day. It is quite fun, though. But you have to be to back yourself up. If I'm sending you information, I guarantee at the end of the day, it'll be you, a cup of coffee, and a large slice of pie. You're going to be there for a while. Let's see. I want an image. We need an image. This camera stand's driving me crazy because I can't see around the stand. Upload the image we got. We got this file in. See what time we got here because I got to run out the door. I got things to do. Let's see. We didn't do that one. That's not the one I did. Where is it? We just did that one. I just put it in here. Wait. Put it in the file's name. Let me see. Where are you? So a little trick if you're dropping images into your page. Usually if your image's resolution count is a little too low, it's a little pixelated, what's going to happen is if you try to expand it, it's going to pretty much make the picture look distorted. But if it comes distorted, what's going to happen is going to give you a tile feature. You're going to have little imprints of the screen. You don't want that. So basically, the best way to do it is to basically do a nice background for the back of it. And then basically you can bring this down as an image because the image will allow you to stretch it without basically deteriorating the image. And stuff you learn on here. Are we centered with this? We're centered. There we are. We're centered now. So I already get away with some stuff, but not everything. Watching my thing, make sure we're not. There we go. We're centered, right? There you go. Oh. Now let me see. The border is driving me a little crazy, so I need to blend that border a little better. So let's go in here, designs. We need to get a border. So you customize. We'll put it in this side right there. We need to get rid of this border into white. There we go. Nice. Gonna border just a little bit. So it blends just a little bit better. There we go. That's better. Let's go into preview mode. That's going on nicely. Nice, slow. I wanted to actually push through that black background. Perfect. That's beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted. That slow push to the black. So today we'll be showing off the containers. I hope they don't crack my containers coming in. Yeah. We checked up if they crack my containers. Now, just in case, because again, I go through this and we have to, it's a shame you have to think this way, but when you're doing business, you have to think of any and everything that pretty much somebody may do at the end of the day. Don't believe for a hot second, because the containers are glass, that they're going to be cracked when they come in new. These things are going to be padded. You're going to have a really difficult time getting into one of these containers. I actually literally had a customer tell me he had a really hard time getting in. Well, it's good. You got a hard time getting into the container, that means that the container is going to have a really high chance of not getting busted or breaking or whatever nonsense is going to go through when it's transporting from A to B. And because they are glass containers, they're going to be shipped in a large shipping box, which means we're going to have a ton of padding around that. It's going to be inside of another box itself, and it's going to have padding on top of that padding. Yeah, it's going to be a little hard time trying to get through that bad boy. We want to make sure we ship it in a big enough box so that we have a ton of padding in there to make sure that those glass containers are good. So I had to get to the post office. I had to grab some large flat rate shipping boxes. Say, all this for one freaking $30? Yeah, it is. Yeah. All right, let me see what we're going to be doing here with this. All right, so we're using our technology, our new one, our new gain technology. I want to come in here. We're going to get this every time we hit the page. I know what, we're in preview, right? We're definitely in preview. Oh, no, we're not. We're in preview. Oh, no, we're back. We're in editing mode. That's why we're getting that. On editing mode. There we go. Let's go grab some letters here. This we'll put in black. Isn't that black? No, that's black on the far end. This is black right here. All right. I'll break this up. Yeah, this is going to be pretty interesting and a blessing to be able to see that technology outside of the environment we used to have, and then all day long inside the house, all the time we used to have in the house. It's going to be nice to be able to walk through, and this is going to be cool, to walk through the complex I'm going to be living in, and my technology is going to be all over that place. Yes, you will join the dark side. But yes, that's going to be cool, which I'm going to get a lot of clout off of that. A lot. Which, again, that's going to bother me, because I'm the kind of person that doesn't like to be bothered or talk to when I'm working, don't hold a lot of long conversations, and pretty much just likes to be left alone. That's pretty much me at the end of the day. I couldn't care less. I'm not going to any events, any get together. I might go to a couple of them, that's it. But most of the time, no. I kind of like being by myself. So, don't want to be bothered on that level. Now, I'll design whatever they want, but don't bother me. Just leave me be in my own little world. That's where I like to be at. Let me see. That's why I'm about to remove my number. We already have a business number today. I'm removing my number, reaching out to all my contacts, giving the new number from other contacts because I want everything to stay private. I don't want to be bothered. Maybe we can get together for a luncheon. No! Rather be online gaming or doing something. All right. And I'm going to be doing some donations too. So there's a couple of schools over there for kids for, kindergarten. I'm going to put a couple free screens in there with the projectors for the kids. So we're doing some donating for some stuff too. Let me see. Let's go over here and let's change this over to, are we in there? Are we hitting that? Okay, there we go. Let's go with the, oops, too much on that one. Rejection. This is rejection. This is the LV11. Oh, if we get a chance to do a classroom, I hope I can put a big screen in there for the kids. I mean, 120 would be nice, but I'd be like 250 and like something gigantic. Somebody goes from the ceiling stuff floor, that'd be freaking cool. Of course, if they're going to do a setup like that, they're going to have to do ultra short throw because you can't have projectors and kids walking in front of projectors at 3,000, 5,000 lumens. You're going to need an ultra short throw for that. So probably about 120-inch screen is pretty much you're probably going to put in with an ultra short throw projector. But yeah, there's a daycare not too far from me, and I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna set one up there for them. And that's where they're more impressed that you can have all your lights on. That's why we were over at the complex. I was showing them all the videos on the phone. They were like, "Wow, you can get all that light." Yeah, that's the key. Those of you that want to get into this field, stay away from them ambient light controlled environments. That stuff is garbage at the end of the day because that's the normal. That's what people are used to. You have to do the opposite of what everybody's doing. Don't do that nonsense. People do that because that's an easy road to take. A very easy road to take. Let me see. Don't do that nonsense. People are like, oh, what's the difference between what you have and what I have over here? I can go in there and show you the difference of my technology versus anything they have in there. If there's a certifier in there waiting for us, we can take that out too. We have so-and-so over here. Big deal. Wipe right through that bad boy. We're done. And again, our technology can be used with ultra short throws. They have to buy a special screen in order to use ultra short throws when it comes to a certified screen. That's going to cost them more money. Sad thing about it is that a lot of these companies, when you walk into these establishments, know that these companies have the money, so let's charge them up. I'm the opposite. I'm trying to save you money. You don't have to go out and spend all this money. I'm going to tell you, oh, you got to go and spend the money for a 10,000 lumen projector, so and so and so, because the more powerful the projector, the less of the chance they're going to see the flaws in their technology. We don't have to go through that. We can say, you can go pick up a 720p projector. It costs you like 60 to 150 bucks, and you'll be able to get an advanced image, and we can show you that demonstration with those projectors. That's why we have some people that will sit there and say that their product works with 720p projectors, but they don't have enough demonstrations of enough to any demonstrations on 720p or 2200 lumen machines at the end of the day. Let me see. It may pick up. Yeah, it's going to pick up. That's not going to be a problem. Just like house paint. Projector of 720p is going to pick up on bare silver screen or pick up on network grade 773 or any kind of gray paint is going to pick up. It's the problem is it's the quality you're going to get off of it. Are you going to see 100% contrast? Can you see it in a fully lit environment? Are the colors going to pop correctly? That kind of stuff. That's what it comes down to. We need to change this over into, bring this down to here. And I want to bring this into this right here. Where's it at? Right there, right there, right there. And change this out to this. There. Next year, we're going to a Renaissance. I'm going in black armor. I can't wait. I'm actually online trying to figure out where I can get black armor and how much it's going to cost me to get black armor. My knight armor. Let's see. Okay, ambient light rejection. We have it at Black Technology Gain. I spelled that wrong. Oh, there's egg on my face. Got that right. Okay, we need to just bring this down a little bit. Way past R. That's not going to hit if we do it that way. Let me see. I'm going to change my header to 40 usually. Nope, that's too big. That's way too big. Okay, change. No. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. 26 should be good. There we go. That's the magic number. All right, and let's center this bad boy. So get that centered in there. And then let's go in. Oh, we should do this with a fade. A fade at 4% would be amazing. All right, we go. Let's change this over to black. We got it to black, right? All right, and we gotta get rid of that letters. That font gotta be changed. What's the font on here? Oh, no, we don't want that. Let's go with some interesting font. We'll take that right there. Now we gotta go out and we gotta expand it just a little bit more. This is spelled incorrect, bird. That is not how you spell it. How do you spell this word all day long? Literally, I spelled it incorrectly. Technology. It's a jeeper. Oh man, I swear I hate this when this happens every once in a while. I've been spelling something like 1,000 times a day, and literally forgot that fast. Put the keyboard here. Multiple keyboards you gotta work with all day long. At the same time. Let's see. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, you're messing up whatchamacallit. Duh. All right, let me see. Yes, that's a Y. You're missing your Y. Technology. Yeah. Here we go. Did we bold this? Let me see. The top. Is the top in bold? It looks like it's in bold there. Are we in bold here? No, we're not in bold here. All right. So I just want to increase this, make this a little bit bigger than what it was from here to here. Here. I like it, but if it had a trace of an edge of white in there, that would give it like the illumination that it's actually freaking lighting up. But I'm happy with this right here. Let me get a center on this. Move out of the way. I need to center this. So we're in the center. That's in the center right there. What about this one? Get out of it. Seriously? Center. There we go. Nice in this center. That's good. But I do want to expand this a little bigger. Nope, bigger. Perfect. Okay, get that out of the way, please. Thank you. Out of the way. Let me see. If I go into this one, I do a fade in at 4. What do we get for this one? Yeah, it's beautiful. I like that. All right. Give me this one. No, wrong choice. When we need this animation right there. Let's do a fade in. Let's do it all the way up at 4. 4 is the magic number for doing that one. All right. Let's do the fade in for that one. There we go. Oh no, I forgot. We shortened that. Basically, this will disrupt the page here. So we'll put something here explaining the technology gain that we all have here. Let me see. We'll put it here, but we'll put it in black lettering. So let's see. This is a demonstration. This will explain what the product, what it means for what the new technology and gain is. So we're going to need something to put there. We'll take this one. Put that right there in the center. And that should be enough right there to explain what it means and what's it about. We'll do that later on. All right. Oh, should have did that from the door. I don't know what I was thinking. All right, that's perfect. Put something there for the time being so that it doesn't disappear. This time. Technology. We skipped on something here. I just saw the skip go through. Get that too much right there. Technology. We're gonna have to expand this a little bit here. Oops, backed it up. Oops, too many O's. Ha ha ha. Too many O's in there. Soon. Alright, let's get a which one this one. We're still a little bit off here. On this right here. So we need to fix this. Where is the header for this? 40 is perfect. Alright, that's perfect. Alright, I'm going to come back in here and change it to black here. And then we'll come back in and we'll change the font. This might overlap a little bit. Let's see what happens. Yeah, definitely was on overlap. Alright. We do need to shrink this because we have to write a whole bunch of stuff in here. That's better. Let me see. Use a little bit, put some bold in there, maybe. Nah, I think that's too many bold. That's too much. That's way too much. That's perfect. All right. I'll put a slide in. Or float in. Go ahead. All right, I'll publish it so everybody can see it. So how you find these special pages, you have to go to the More section. That's where all the advanced crazy pages are at. Majority, most of them sit in the More page. So this is where this one sits at. So if we go over to, let me see. So you go on the website, the one on the far end, this is the More page. That'll bring up all the special pages right there for you to see. The two new ones we put into the More page is the Patriot. Where's the Patriot at? Oh, Silver Patriot. She's in here somewhere. Let me see where you at. There's a monster, giant screen, paint a new world, 1,000 lumens. Black 3D series, Black outdoor technology, Black series limited edition, Gunmetal Patriot right there. That's a Gunmetal Patriot. So you want to see the really crazy special pages, they're all in the More section. This is where we go through we analyze exactly what pages get hit the most. It'll be the marketplace, but the More section gets hit by a lot because there's a lot of cool stuff going on in the More page. So I try to do something outside the box, but something that's going to match the product's personality. And this right here is the new silver technology we're working on, which is our advanced anti-light rejection gunmetal silver Patriot. So we get demonstrations coming soon. So that's what we're working on right now. It's going to be a spray on and roll on application for that one. So that's the Patriot, and then over here we have for the window glass technology, and this is the new one we put in under. Let me see, limited edition black should be in here somewhere. Black technology, it's something else. That's ambient rejection technology. Here it is. This is the one we just worked on a few minutes ago. This is the alpha. So I'm trying to describe how crazy this product is going to be. I wanted to make the page super black and make the images pull through. This is going to be a really sick screen when we get done with it. This thing is literally going to be so black that if you have a border frame screen, it's going to blend right into it. But we want to have the more higher white level. And the funny thing is when you're dealing with the heightener, one of the things you have to worry about is that you can literally produce so much white light, you can actually fade a black screen. So the balance has to be perfect. The thing about the Black Series editions, we never had to drop in something to tone the white levels. If you ever watched any of my demonstrations and you watch us take a black screen and we put a heightener into it, you will watch the screen generate so much white light, it looks like the screen's hot spotting. And I've had people contact me and say, gee whiz, you literally got a screen that's black that's literally pulling up a hot spot because the screen is generating that much white light. So they do, we put a toner in it to adjust it so it can accept the white light and absorb at the same time. But the Black Series was different. The Black Series can take a 100% of the heightener and still maintain with no problem. That's why they're the brightest of the pack. But this particular version of it, it's going to be even 10 times brighter. We're definitely going to push the envelope with this one. But these are a little different. These are rares, which means they have, we see an R next to that symbol right here. Let me show you the front. You see what that R stands for? That's a rare collection, which means we only make 10 of these per month. There's only 3 of them. There's a gamer version, there's a cinema version, and then there's the Alpha 1, which is actually the darkest out of all of them. And there's only 10 of those made per month. So it doesn't make a difference how much money you have at the end of the day. You can't get one, you can't get one. If you're lucky to pop into a shopping cart and there's one there, then there's one there. There's no more. Once they sell out, we shut that entire cart down and we start the process again every month. That's what happens. If there's a strict policy in there, if you go in there and you buy, and companies will do that, they'll go in there and they'll buy 2 of them. It says right there, it's 1 per household. I mean, if you want this one, I'm dead serious, money will be transferred back to your account. If we see 2 orders in there by somebody, or I don't know how well you would do if I'm doing it, but if we see 2 orders by the same person, it's 1 per household, which means that we have to send that whatever we charge for it back to your account. We only can process that 1. If you make the attempt to do it again, we send all your money back. You can't buy until next month. So if you got people out there that want to test that theory, yeah, test it, see what happens. I would transfer your money back to your account so fast it's not even funny. If I was a person that was scheming and greedy for money, I would allow 2 to go through, but we don't do that at the end of the day. We have, like I said, when I tell people at the end of the day, just because you don't place an order from me, I got 5 or 6 more right behind you that will place an order. Now, since we're going to be dealing with companies, things are going to be a little bit more, I'm not saying a little bit more different. Like I said, we're still going to cater to our customers. We're always going to cater to our customers, how we got started. But it's our capital is going to be a little bit more bigger, a little bit quicker, a little faster. But then again, that allows us to engineer and design better stuff for our customers too on top of that. But I got some people thinking that, oh, you need some, we don't. We're good. Trust me, God takes care of me quite well. I'm good. I'm very, very happy. I'm good. We just have to follow rules. If PS5 had did it that way, guess what? All of us would have systems by now, and they wouldn't be all the crazy expensive prices. We would have them by now if they did that, but they weren't thinking about that. They were greedy, and all they saw was dollar signs, and now it came back to bite them in the face. And I am not bothering to build or buy a console system for a very long time. I've already got plans right now to pick up a V21 case for my micro ATX. I'm going to pick up an i9 processor, and my graphic card is going to be a 4090. And if I can put 2 in there, I'm going to. That right there, so that technology right there. So that's the rules we have in here. You place an order, okay, you get your order goes through, you got it, it'll come in a special box. We have a lot of cool stuff in there with it on top of that, but as I said before, if you will place 2 orders, we're going to return the second order back to your account. It's only 1 per person. This is not going to be available yet. We'll be showing up the containers pretty soon. I spent some money for the containers. I said the containers cost me $10 a pop for each one. So when we order them, we only get them by 2s. It's $20 for 2 of them. But I wanted special containers for these. Let's see. This is the page most of them spend much time on. Let me see, where's that 3D Black series? All these pages are designed to do something different. And this is where people spend the most time at in these sections over here. Now this is one of the ones they like too. They want to put a huge table projection screen in their conference room. And so allow you to be able to project off a table. All right, people, we're over time here. I got to get out of here. I got some stuff I got to take care of, which is extremely important. Got to get that done. Like I'm going through my credit report right now, trying to see exactly what I can fix on it. My credit's actually pretty good, but I found something on there that I literally forgot to take care of, and now I got to go take care of it today because it's got to be done, where I literally forgot to take back the Horizon equipment, and they charged me $1,500 for this stuff. So thank God, going through my storage unit, I found the 3 units that they needed back, so I can get this $1,500 wiped off and get my credit to jump a little bit higher. So I got to go get this taken care of today. Yeah. I'll be showing up the new containers today, and we'll be taking some pictures and post them on the website and give you some more information on that technology. So let me get out of here, get a few things done. As of that, we're having the Christmas sale on the website. And oh yeah, with the Christmas sale, for those who've been asking, what perks are going to come with it, we actually have a 7x10 blackout cloth service that comes with it for free. All right, with that being said, I got to get out of here. Be safe out there, and God bless.